Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ayo and it's been a while since I last posted, and considering the fact that we are already 8 days into 2026, I just said I thought I'd put out a video as sort of a New Year's resolution. But this video is going to be dedicated to talking about the sniper from Team Fortress 2 and why I dislike this class. In my opinion, TF2 is one of the best multiplayer shooters ever made. Now, obviously, that's debatable, but I think TF2 is basically the grandfather when it comes to the whole hero shooter genre, even though some people don't like to classify it as one of those. You can't deny that TF2, despite only having 9 classes, has an infinite amount of ways to play the game, and each different playstyle has a good way of contributing to your team and actually winning games, and that's one thing I love about TF2. And another thing I love about TF2 is, despite being a difficult game to master on a fundamental level, it is literally one of the easiest online multiplayer games to pick up. For example, the Pyro class, you literally don't need to aim with that guy unless you're using a weapon like the Dragon's Fury and his secondaries. Heavy weapons guy, that one, all you have to do is learn how to aim. Soldier has splash damage, and Demo Man can literally kill you without having to see you at all due to his sticky bombs. And that's one thing I love about TF2. So easy to get into, yet so deep, like a rabbit hole. Okay, that is enough glaze for now, as I have a huge gripe with one out of the 9 classes in Team Fortress 2, and that is the sniper. Now, every single class in TF2 is important and represents a completely different playstyle from one another. You play the game, you choose a class you like, and there's always a class for everyone, that's just the truth. But the sniper, objectively, is one class that, whether you are attacking or defending, is just a huge party pooper when it comes to game flow. And I'm going to explain this in the best way I can in 3 different scenarios where sniper just takes the fun out of the game. So my first point is, sniper doesn't really contribute to the team as a whole. Now let me explain it like this. In a game mode like, let's say, payload, now, your team, let's say you're on the blue team now, you're essentially fighting to push the cart, and sometimes you can get in a stalemate in one of the payload points, and it's up to you and your team to essentially work together and push through and get that point. This can also show up in attack and defense, especially in maps like Dust Bowl, because I don't know what Valve was smoking, but that map, trying to break through the first point on like the 3rd phase of Dust Bowl is like trying to use a plastic spoon to make a hole in a brick wall. Anyway, I diverge. So essentially, if your team is in a team fight, of course, your main damage dealing classes are going to be there. Soldier, probably Demo Man, probably Heavy, those guys that can actually help push the team forward. Soldier is the most important in team fights because he has, I believe, 3 secondaries that can impact his entire team by granting them buffs and effects to essentially help them win the team fight. But the sniper is kind of like a selfish play style. I'm going to put it like that, because apart from, let's say, the Jurati, every single other piece of equipment in his loadout is designed to sustain him. Essentially meaning that if you get into any big team fights, the most the sniper can really do is maybe throw down some Jurati or get a couple of snipes on some players. Outside of that, he's kind of not really helping the team in any reasonable way. And also, the sniper is a light class, meaning all it takes is a soldier, a demo man, or heavy to absolutely wipe this man out of the map. So not only is his kit only designed to sustain himself, but he's also a light class, meaning if anybody looks at him the wrong way, even another sniper looks at him the wrong way, he's done for. And in a game like Payload, the respawn times are diabolical, especially if you're on red. So, having a player on your team that essentially, if they lived, they didn't contribute much, and if they die, they won't contribute much either because they are dead. Now, TF2, kind of like CSGO, punishes you for dying unnecessarily. In CSGO, or CS2, sorry. In CS2, if you die, you basically don't respawn until the next round. In TF2, if you die, you have a respawn time that can vary depending on the game mode and which side you're playing on. Now, in TF2, sure you can respawn. It also is quite optimal if you try your best to live, because an alive player can help deal damage for the team and also just provide support where it is needed. Take Scout for example. Scout has two items that not only benefit him but also benefit his team, and those items being the Mad Milk and the Candy Cane melee. Because if you kill someone whilst having that melee weapon equipped, you drop a small health pack, and if you throw down the Mad Milk, it allows you to get healing from any form of damage dealt by you, or your teammates can also get healing from the damage they deal. So in that sense, an alive scout is pretty helpful to the team. And let's look at Sniper for example. Sniper has a throwable just like Scout. Like I mentioned before, the Girati, which allows you to basically mini crit anybody that is affected by the Girati. Now, there are two use cases for this item. One, like I said, allowing you to mini crit whoever got hit by it, and two, spy checking. Now, I also want to give the case points is one, Pyro can essentially spy check without having a cooldown, because the Girati is on a cooldown, but Pyro's primary has no cooldown, so it can just go around whatever area you suspect the spy is in and just spray everywhere. If he catches the spy, then that's W's. And also, for dealing mini crits, the soldier has the buff banner, which yes, that is also on a cooldown, but that is essentially aiding every single person in a close radius to the soldier. And if you are in a stalemate, the soldier is going to ignite a push, and that mini crit can help you greatly because every single person has it, and it isn't on just whoever it hits. So like I mentioned before, the sniper can ruin game flow in the sense that if there is a good sniper on the enemy team, all this guy has to do is have decent aim, and he can essentially block off an area of the map, because if he's good at aiming, you wouldn't want to go in his line of sight because you might get headshotted. So you and your teammates essentially have to either flank whatever area that sniper is keeping watch of, or essentially deploy tactical movement through bunny hopping or other crazy stuff, which might not even work because the sniper is probably insanely cracked. And even if you want to use a spy to get rid of said sniper, if you play TF2, 7 out of 10 times the average sniper is running the Razorback. So if you play spy to try and get rid of the sniper, you're just going to end up having to use your revolver. And if you do that, that defeats the whole point of sneaking behind to take care of the sniper, because now the enemy team knows that there is a spy around here and he's trying to kill our decent sniper. And it's just like why does the Razorback have to exist? Genuinely, why does it have to exist? And my last complaint of the sniper is that it is essentially low risk, high reward gameplay. Now, low risk, high reward in the sense that you as a sniper just have to find a good area for you to stand in, somewhere far enough from the fight, but also somewhere that you have a good overview of what is going on in said fight, and you've essentially found the perfect spot. Unless there is somebody who has seen you in your position or there is a spy, you're basically the king of the server at that point. So that is sniper having low risk, high reward gameplay. And also, like I mentioned in the previous point, even if there is a spy, the Razorback exists. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed listening to me rant about a silly video game character, I highly implore you to like and potentially subscribe. But I will come at you guys with a new video sometime soon, hopefully. So yeah, bye.